it is rare, or at least what I interpret is rare, to have a brother not in your own sport be a professional with you. What I mean by that is Jordyn Tyson, the guy we're going over today, has a brother named Jalen Tyson, who is a current starter / role player for the Cavaliers in the NBA, as Jordyn Tyson's looking to go into the NFL. Definitely a cool connection there that we get to look at the freak athlete himself, Jordyn, the younger brother, in today's video. He's a 6'2", 200-pound, 21-year-old coming out of Arizona State University. He's a wide receiver. He's going to kick off our wide receiver videos. We definitely have a good amount of wide receivers we want to be going over. And after the combine, I'll make some updates on the running backs. We'll go over more wide receivers all before the NFL draft, so you guys know who to draft, not only in your dynasty leagues, but just so you know what players your team should look for. Now, Jordyn Tyson this year had 61 receptions, 711 receiving yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. He did have like 1 or 2 rushing attempts, but outside of that, it was all receiving work for him. We have 5 games we're going to go over. Yes, 5. It's more than the normal 3 we do with running backs, because wide receivers, we can cut up the tape a little bit quicker and kind of get through these. And I like to get through these videos and not an hour long. So we're cut up his games from 5 different games. We have 3 from 2025, and we have 2 from 2024, because I know people like to go back a year for some of these wide receivers. They need a better year in 2024, so we're doing that in today's video. And we're going to start with the older videos, because I want to see the older videos working into now what has changed, what has not. I don't think much is going to change, but let's look in this video. Again, having Cam Scatterbo as a running back in 24 definitely helps with the college production that he had. Here's the first clip. Again, this is against BYU, who was ranked number 14th in the country when they played. Here we're going to see a post route by Tyson. Not going to be able to get there. Sam Levitt did not have the arm to get it to him, as he was getting absolutely rocked, dude. Look at him get absolutely shelled here. Again, a good setup move. I don't like... One thing about Jordyn Tyson, he's a very high runner for the most part. It does improve in 2025, though, so we will see that later in the video. But, like, that's just a very high move against a corner. Not able to track it down there either, as, again, Sam Levitt leaves it just a little bit short. Yep! Hands there, though. Could have had it. Just a very, very, very tough catch. He doesn't get open here, but a very nice move, again, against a slot in the press, which not very common. You will not see that too often outside of zero coverage. They're right now in a 1 hole. Again, hole defender, 1 high, manned up pretty much across the board. So we're going to see him off the ball into a pretty good release on an out route. Again, he's not going to end up getting the ball here, but I just wanted to show he is pretty solid with his footwork in short instances. But again, if you look how high he is off his break of his release, like, look, just like he never gets low at all when he's breaking. And again, one thing I always talk about in these videos, and I took it from Brett Coleman, so I can't take credit for saying it, but before you guys watch tape on any player, go back and watch the best. For me, I always go back. I watch the Jamar Chases. I watch the old Tyreek Hill stuff. I watch how the bigger bodies like A.J. Brown moves, how these different types of receivers move that are some of the best in the entire league. You want to make sure you're watching the best of the best so you know what to look for when you're looking at these prospects. Here we go. We get our first catch on a little slip screen here, a little jailbreak, right? Able to get up the field. Not really too much to take away from here, but nonetheless, good move. Holds the ball like a loaf of bread. But it's like all wide receivers in college nowadays. All right, so at the top of the frame here, we're going to run a good bang 8 here on the RPO. Get a lot of RPO out of this scheme. Ball gets tipped. Nothing really you could do there, but a solid route nonetheless. Here we go. Bottom of your screen, as you saw them highlighted down below. Going to run a deep crossing route. Good catch in his body, though, but good catch. One thing I noticed about Jordyn Tyson early is he does trust his body a lot more to catch the ball than his hands. You'll look at other receivers in this class. I understand this is a contact catch. That's fine for him to catch it in that sense. But you look at a lot of the other receivers in this class, like Mekhi Lemon is a good example, where he attacks the ball with his hands every single time coming back to the ball. I don't see it as much with Jordyn Tyson. Don't see it as much. But again, he's a big freak athlete. As you see, even after the catch, he's very viable and a pretty shifty guy for his size. So here we go. We're getting him on a motion screen. Right, again, another jailbreak here. Linemen are going to come out. We're going to cut back towards the middle of the field. Nothing really doing there, but Yeah, just nothing really to take away. Used out of the backfield. His versatility is better in 2024 than his 2025, and that's not even close. But I still really worry about if he's going to be able to be utilized like that at the next level, because he doesn't feel smooth when he comes out of these like backfield routes a lot of the times. And with his size and his frame, I feel like 90% of teams are going to end up using him as a true line of scrimmage receiver. Good route, though. Was able to get open on a linebacker, as he should. Good catch. Here we go. Top of the screen here. We're going to get another quick screen outside. Make a decent cut. Get a few yards. Again, he's some pretty good wiggle for him being 6'2". Some pretty good wiggle. A little fade ball. Nothing really doing there. Honestly, better to play defense and swat that one away. Here we go. We're going to get a bootleg here. Quick out. He's wide open. Levitt just does not get it to him. Here we go. Top of screen. Outside of the bunch. We're going to get another crossing route. He's going to hit the below, but he was open, right? Again, this is more attacking zone coverages than anything else. Right? We're going to hit that hole in that cover 3 behind the linebacker. But nonetheless, open receiver below. Here we go. Another quick screen here. Slot. Again, they trust him a lot at the line of scrimmage, which is a big thing, right? If you can trust your receiver to catch a screen pass and make someone miss, that's a big thing here. It's a good move, right? He knows inside leverage here. This is a bad play by the DB because if DB's smart, right? He is one high, he's one hole. What should we do? Have outside leverage and lead him inside to one of these help zone defenders. He gets to his inside. His hips are open, flipping inside. Tyson makes a good move. Makes a miss on the outside. Good route. Good route. Here we go with Sam Levitt being ass again. He just really, I feel like, is not doing well in the 2024 film. Here we go. Again, another angled post, right? We see this a lot out of the bunch, right? Where you kind of angle it out and then cut in. It's a deep 5-yard like post. Where you get to inside, or you want to aim for this inside upright. He's literally sitting wide open. You have a good 5 yards of space here to get it to him. And Sam just doesn't even get in the tri-state area. Like, what the fuck are we doing? All right, we're going to head to his best game of his career versus Kansas State. Again, I apologize. This film is not the best. I understand, but it's what we got here. It's what we got. Here we go by Jordyn. Great route here out of the slot, right? We're getting a little slot fade action, right? I mean, it's also the DB completely trips up over himself. But nonetheless, good route, good catch. Love to see it. Wide open. If you're wide open, got to make the play on both ends. Good ball. Right? Damn. It was a good hitch, too. Sells that seam, right? DB's clearly in a deep third here. Hell of a play by this man. Look how high he is. Hell of a play by the big boy. I think he's looking for a comeback. I'm not exactly sure what happens here. Like, clearly there's supposed to be a communication here that, like, they are not connecting on. Because normally in a play like this, like, we're looking for him to just cut back here and a quick hitch. Something is off with this timing. Levitt's not also Levitt. What the fuck are you doing a random 360 in the pocket? But something was clearly off there, but not quite sure. Here we go. Bottom of your screen here if you're not seeing it. Again, body catching. Had to double catch it. He did have a lot of drops in 2024, excuse me. In 2024, he had 7 drops, which is a drop percentage of 8.5%, which for those that don't know is a lot. So he did have a good amount of drops. And in 2025, they have him marked down as 1 drop, but we'll even see on film he had like 3 in like the 2 games we watch. So I don't think that's correct either. But again, it just comes with the natural body catching he kind of does, which again is kind of like my only real big concern I have with him of like, they just need to clean that up a little bit because he does have some acrobatic catches, some crazy catches. But in a consistency down-to-down basis, we just can't have that happen. Okay, here we go. Top of your screen here. Good inside release on the quick press. This DB, could not tell you what the fuck he was thinking. But he's going to get beat. Levitt. Good catch. Good catch. See, that's the sort of catch with the hands that we need, right? Extend in that wide frame. And get outside. It gets that one foot in, which again in college is all you need. Here we go. Motioning to the top of your screen. Going to do a quick, again, jailbreak release here. Linemen are going to come out, work to the middle of the field, get up the field. Again, decent wiggle to get through there, right? Here we go. Top of the route, or top of the screen here, as you can see. All right, we're going to have a crossing route by Tyson here. Again, solid route. Again, just attacking the zone, attacking the leverages here. He's wide open, right? Let's hit him. Hits him. Square through the hands. This is the concern. This is a little bit of the concern, right? Right? That's an NFL catch. You have to catch at the next level. Like, that's non-negotiable. I get it's a harder catch for show. Got to extend your frame, whatever. You have to catch it. You have to catch it. Like, that's not, it's through both of your hands. It's a tough catch, but you catch it. Here we go. We're going to get another, like a bench 15-yarder, right? Again, he's right here for those that didn't see that quick marker. Again, body catching, body catching, body catching. He does a lot of it, man. He does a lot of it. Even on a simple corner out, right? We're catching with our body. Here we go. We're at the bottom of the screen here on an improvised rollout. He's open here. Like, why we're not hitting him here? I understand he's like dropping with him, but if you hit him right in this sweet spot, you're able to get there. But Levitt Clue's not looking at him. Works back to him now, and it's in the body, right? It's just the little things, man. It's the extension of the hands that we just need. Like, we can't be having you call for the ball and then not reaching your hands out, right? I hope you guys that are watching this like understand where I'm coming from with that. Like when we watch Makai Lemon does a fantastic job of it. Of like truly working back to the ball and extending your hands and really using your hands as leverage against DBs. That's a separator. That is what all elite wide receivers do at the next level. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be an elite wide receiver. No, I haven't even finished his grade yet. But it's just when I've started watching film on him so far, that's something I've noticed early, where Tyson is such a stark difference. Again, bottom of your screen here. Working on a good slant. Way to attack his leverage. I think he came up with it, if I'm not mistaken. Good tack leverage, good route. Again, he's definitely shifty. He's definitely shifty. It's just tying everything together. Here we go, bottom of your screen here. Gets bumped, but able to make it happen. Get outside, big fella. Let him loose. Again, he's fast, man. I mean, again, it doesn't look very fast here because the angle's so wide, but he's got some speed for being 6'2" and a great stride. Again, if he didn't run so damn high, I'd feel better about it, but great stride. Good running ability in space. I mean, that's why you trust him with screens and whatnot. I think him being high in some of his releases is what, like, if you watch this bend here, this is sometimes what makes me a little bit more nervous at the next level of, like, you're not getting low in the slightest or your shoulder down. Like, when you want to dip that shoulder and kind of rip through the DB here, and he just tries to beat him with speed, which, again, in college, you can beat almost anybody with speed when you're Jordyn Tyson. At the next level, everybody's going to be as fast as you. You're going to have corners that run 4.2s running against you, you know? So it's just a little bit different in that sort of a sense. Here we go. Here's a good contested catch. He's out of motion at the top of your screen. A good inside route. Catching through traffic. Love to see that. Right? Again, using his frame, using his body to catch this one. This is where the body catch is very useful, right? When you're trying to almost box out the DB from you. There we go. Another jailbreak at the top, right? Get out, big fella. Get out, big fella. Get moving. All right, ways at least stay on your feet. Keep that balance. But he does fumble. Remember earlier we were talking about the loaf of bread, right? You see it here. I mean, look how he's holding the football, right? Look at this right here when he trips. Look at where that ball is. You see it the whole time. Again, even the film is scaly, but, like, ball comes out, man. Cannot have that. Cannot Have that. He had 2 fumbles last year, so that is something to note. But again, a lot of wide receivers in college have that problem, so I'm not really too worried about that. But something he definitely needs to clean up. He gets bodied here at the top of your screen off the press. Right? Tries to go outside. DB with him the whole way. I won't say bodied, but definitely got physical out there with him. Like he's literally like damn near out of bounds. Here's where we get to see his hands really in action, right? Super tight glue coverage. And again, using that brother's NBA skills to box out the DB here and catch this one in traffic. Love that. Love that. My deepest condolences. We're going to do 4 games instead of 5. We're going to do TCU and we're going to do Texas Tech of 2025. I do not think I have time to do the last one. But nonetheless, we're going to have these games. These are both of his biggest games in 2025. Against TCU, he had 8 receptions for 126 yards. So we're going to get to see this one in live action. The unis, by the way, the black unis, clean. Here we go on a hitch route down below at the bottom of your screen, as you can see. All right. Here we go. Jordyn Tyson here running a corner route out of the slot. Yep. Get it there. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball. Again, still use his chest to catch it, but beautiful ball. Good catch in traffic. Way to be. Top of your screen here. As you can see, the highlighted bubble. Obviously, gutters. An inside dig. Look at that catch. Now, that is some of the explosive. We already saw a diving catch the last time against BYU. We're going to see it again here on a dig route with tight coverage. That is a great catch, right? That's the athleticism we're seeing out of him. I think we just need to see those hands more consistently. Levitt, again, just misses him. Here we go. Bottom of your screen here, right? A little off press coverage. Gets absolutely toasted. And there's the long speed we're looking at, man. He's going to be fast. He's going to be very fast, right? He's able to beat you with speed. And again, the big frame, right? So 6'2" frame, beat you with speed. That's what you love to see. Good route. Again, DB played that completely wrong. Ends up getting absolutely toasted. Good catch. Good ball. Here we go. Bottom of your screen here. Right here. Quick crossover over the middle. Let's catch it. Let's get up the field. Again, good move. Way to gain a few. Oh, here we go. Top of your screen here. Right? Press coverage. 0 across the board. They're trying to bracket. It's just unsuccessful bracket. He's open. He gets past the DB. And Levitt just ends up missing him here. All right, bottom of your screen here. We're going to cover 3 on this backside, right? This safety's going to bite down on this speed motion. Stupid. Right? He's going to be deep third. He's going to be matched up with this deep third. He's going to be matched up with this deep third. We're going to have a drop. We should have a drop, but he's actually, never mind. He's blitzing. I lied. We're going to have a drop and a drop here, right? The blitz off the edge. And he's going to come across wide open. Whoop. Good sliding catch. Right? Good move to get open. Way to get across. Wide open. Here we go. This is a great move him. Again, by the slot. Whoop. Good sauce. Good move. Way to attack with your hands, big dog. Like every catch should look like this, right? Reaching out with your hands. Every catch. Every single one should catch like this. Boom. Here we go. We got another screen out of the backfield. I mean, not out of the backfield, excuse me. We have another screen outside. Right? He's going to catch it using his hands. That's a dub. Whoop. Out of his frame. Ends up snagging it. Get up the field, big dog. Here we go. Right down here, we're going to run a deep corner. Right? He's literally booty butt naked. Like, throw the ball. Throw the ball right now. He's wide open. But he's wide open. Underthrows it. Goes and gets it. Can't quite come down with it. That's completely on Levitt. Right? It's a hard catch. Completely on Levitt. You can tell this is kind of worries me. He's kind of shaky. Like, remember BTJ earlier in the year that like he would be scared to catch almost slants and kind of shy away from them sometimes? It kind of gives me this vibe, right? Where he sees the linebacker coming and watch him shy away from it. Like, he's going to slow up on purpose on this, right? Give kind of a little that BTJ vibe of like, I really don't want to get hit or take the hit, and then kind of dumps backwards a bit. Just my thought. Just my thought. He's done it now 3 times in the film so far. Here we go. We're going to have him the outside. Good move. Again, that angle post right there. Gonna attack that leverage. Boom. Cut right inside. Good throw. Good catch. All right, last game, Texas Tech. Let's cook. He had, in this game, 10 catches for 105 yards. Here we go into speed motion. Gonna get it here. Again, I probably wouldn't be my number 1 guy to go to do this in the NFL. But nonetheless, they're getting him out in space. Right, he's gonna catch a hitch here. Right, let me go back to it. Excuse me. Just a quick stop. Boom. Again, this guy's the best collegiate defense this year. Right? Next to Indiana, I guess. Here's a good route by him. Right? Going a little out route. Set up this DB to go inside. Look at his hips turn. Boom. We're outside. We're open on that out route. Here's another concern. Right? Jordyn Tyson coming across on the dig. Perfect. Let's hit him right in the hands. Well, shit. Good concentration by him. But he sets himself to get absolutely fucking rocked because he doesn't catch it the first time. Right? It's a little bit behind him. It's a little bit of a tough catch. I understand. But again, we're talking about a first-round potential pick here. First round. Got to come down with those. Came down with it nonetheless, though. Good concentration by him. Here we go. Try to get him out in motion. Using him to create some space here. Right, a little 5-yard out. Let's get it to him early. Boom. Catches with his body, though. And he tries to make a move there. Here we go. Top of your screen again. Wide open. They try to do a corner blitz. Good recognition by Sam that time. Fires that in right to him. Here we see him kind of get actually strapped here, right? Going to try to do this, use this outside, inside again, right? A lot of people do this coverage like you're trying to get to the outside, but you're going to attack the inside to work back outside. Just doesn't really work for him here. DB plays is fantastic. Nothing he could really do there. Like, here's another example of him just being too high and getting kind of bodied here, right? Look how high he is. Look, again, you're 6'2", big dog. DB's way lower than you. And look what he gets in, right in your chest. Makes it way harder. Again, he's able to flick back up and inside, but clearly I don't think that was the part of his route. I don't know if he was running a zig there, but ended up turning into one. Here we go. Outside here, right one-on-one against 14 again. Beats him inside. Tries to one-hand it. Can't come down with it. Again, I think he's one of those, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I think he trusts his hands. But he just doesn't come down with balls I feel like he should. And I feel like in that one, he definitely could have reached with 2 hands. He just didn't. Like, I feel like this is definitely you can reach with 2 hands to get this ball. He's not even in full. Like, his elbow's still a little bit bent there. I think he can get his second hand, at least in the vicinity, right? But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Not going to knock him too much for that. Here we go. Bottom of your screen here. Works right in the middle of the zone. Good sit down. Ends up just folding up there before the linebacker can get him. Here we go outside again. Going to work against sitting in that zone. Perfect. Catch it. Way to get good use of his hands to catch it out of his frame. Here we go with a little bit of a broken play, right? He's able to work up the field. Show that speed, big fella. And get moving, right? Good work overall. Here we go. Good outside release. Way to work outside. Good catch at your body, but good catch. And to stay in bounds. Boom. Good work. All right, that's going to do it for the film portion of Jordyn Tyson, right? All right, the final grade I have for Jordyn Tyson is 7.4. Again, if you're looking at the screen right now that I have screenshot in front of you, neither Mekhi Lemon or Carnell Tate are done grades whatsoever. They're still missing a lot of things, so do not take those with any grain of salt. Right now, those will change 100%. But Jordyn Tyson is 7.44. Footwork grade, I gave a 7. Agility, I gave an 8.2. Long speed, solid long speed. Nothing too crazy, 7.9. Burst, I think, was better than his long speed with an 8.1. Hands, 6.4. They're definitely above average. Do they blow me away? No. Does he use his body a lot? Yes. It's definitely his weakest link, I think, is his hands. and it's been proven in the past. So his release is a 7.2. I think he's a pretty good release off the line in most instances. We saw against Texas Tech. We saw a little bit even against TCU. He did get a little bit bumped up there when he had some physical contact and guys that were just as fast as him. Route running, though, was a 7.8. I thought he was a pretty good route runner, just a little bit high in his stature. Versatility was over 6.2. Again, he was used out of the backfield as for screens and whatnot, but he wasn't really used in handoffs or any sort of like creative plays or used as almost like a Deebo Samuel would really be like the versatility grade there. So a 6.2, definitely used more so than a pure just straight X receiver, but nothing too crazy there. And separation was an 8.2. I thought he got really good separation off the line, was able to find the holes in zone coverage. I think overall a very solid receiver. I think he's a very good grade. I think he's a back end first round guy. In my opinion, I think he still has a lot to work on. Still holds the ball like a loaf of bread. His run blocking is pretty solid for his size against 6'2", 200 pounds. Again, solid speed, good frame. If he's able to get his hands up to where his separation skills are and route running ability are, I think he'll be able to take that next step. But as of right now, I don't see him really being a barn burner at the next level. But I see him definitely being a very good contributor for a good team. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys have concerns, if you guys really like him. Again, I'm open to a lot of your guys' opinions. I like hearing them in the comments down below, so let me know down there. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. It's sort of fun shit, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.